Ready?
Welcome to Boss Up. Get ready to elevate your game with your dynamic hosts. First up, we have the visionary powerhouse, Dan D. Johnson, who's a failure transformation expert and a financial literacy and business coach with a wealth of knowledge to help you scale and grow. And joining him is the inspiring and charismatic Shada Amour, your corporate expert and life coach, ready to share insights on leveling up your life and relationships. Together, they'll guide you on a journey to unleash your potential and boss up. Now, welcome Shada Amour and Dan D. Johnson.
I cannot. What is going on? Would you?
What's going on, Amari?
Cannot with you.
I see you, girl. She got my hand back and forth. She rock her hand. Yes. Listen, y'all, let me tell you. Miss Amore is one of the grownest little girls I know.
Really, little girl?
You know how when you're a little girl, you play dress up and you get in the mirror and you just be doing. She do it every Friday. Every Friday she go in and she say, "Beat me." That's what she say. And she get it, and then she be all like this. Y'all look at her like,
This is too much. I will not be harassed or bossed up. That does not sound like bossing up.
No, that's a boss up. You boss up every Friday.
Oh goodness.
Unless you're traveling around the world, that's that part too,
What? I am so excited to hang out with you tonight for a little bit of time because
absolutely. Just a little bit of time.
Just a little bit of time.
It's my bedtime. I'm getting, you know what? I realized something.
What?
I'm getting older. I'm getting old. So I think I'm gonna have to start getting me a bedtime.
Oh, okay. What? That's you. I'm not getting older. Do you see this? No, baby.
You know what I'm talking about? That's y'all. Now y'all see what I'm talking about. Now y'all see this. I'm older. She color hers. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do me some burgundy highlights. I'm gonna do me some burgundy highlights in my beard.
I think that would be nice. But let's talk about what's going on Boss Up. We have something coming up that I am so excited about.
Absolutely. And what we're calling it Boss Up Marathon. Yes. And what this it's a marathon, y'all. Because what she asked me to do, and I actually said yes. It's hard to tell her no. Sometimes I be really want to tell her no. And then I asked her husband, how do you tell her no? He don't. That's the problem. So since he don't tell her no, then I get stuck with having to say yes. So she says, I want to do a Boss Up marathon. And I said, what the heck is a Boss Up marathon? And she said every day of the week for 1 week, I want to bring an expert on to Boss Up to help our people, our viewers, those that follow us. I want to help them to go to the next level. I want to help them to boss up, not just one person. Because y'all know every week we bring on somebody, we interview somebody that we bring on, and we help them boss up. Check this out. Just show y'all we don't be playing with this. One of our kinfolk that we helped boss up on here, I'm still coaching her. She sent me a text.
What did she say?
I'm about to tell you what she said. I gave her some instructions. And what I love about it, she paid attention. She followed instructions. And I'm just going to read this. I'm going to read this. Here we go. Based on, I'm just going to, because she gave me, it's a long text. So I'm not going to read all of it. I'm trying to go through it. So I took the idea from Groupon we talked about. I gave an idea on how to leverage Groupon. I created an upcharge and made it standard across the board. She says, I've already made $5,400 in 12 days. The most I've ever made in a month is $8,200. And I am only 12 days in from paying attention, following instructions, and being able to boss up. And that's why I said I continue to tell you, this is why you're my favorite student, because you follow instructions and you do it immediately. Absolutely loving it. She said, I am the absolute best. I said, oh, you're so kind. And then I said, now run me my cash app. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, this works. The stuff that we're telling people, we have not had anybody to come back and say what we coached them on, either on or offline, has not worked. That's all that we're trying to help you. And so we got a marathon that's coming up where we bringing in some experts. I've already talked to the accountant. This man deal with money. I've already talked to him. I've already talked to the financial advisor. My buddy who has, listen, this dude has made multiple people millionaires. And he's also helped multiple people get to six figures in helping them to understand what to do with their money. Then we got, who else we got? Amore, tell him who we got. Come on now, tell him. See, she was looking at herself. She's about to do a selfie, so she lost track. She forgot we was live. Can you hear me, Amore?
I can hear you. Sorry. So, no, I did not. I can hear you. So we also have a marketing and branding expert that is going to help us think through how to market our businesses and make sure they're branded so we are attracting the right people and the right clients. Because if we're attracting the right people, guess what? We will be able to support and help the right people, and that will increase our business. And so I'm excited for him to be on. He's a businessman. He has excellent branding, and I'm excited for him to be on. And then we have a credit expert because, hey, we got to have our money right. And there are so many grants and so many ways to get money to finance our businesses. But sometimes we might need a little help in the credit place. So we have a credit expert that's coming on as well. And this is going to be great. I mean, our whole goal is to help people boss up in their businesses. And like that has been our goal. And we want to make sure that, hey, whatever you need, we're going to help you boss up. And this is just the first Boss Up Marathon because we got some things coming in. We're going to have some live events. We got a retreat that I'm like working on behind the scenes. It's time. It's our time.
It's time to do what?
Boss up.
It's time to boss up. And you know what? Listen, it does not matter what industry you're in. It does not matter where you are in business, whether you're just getting started or you've been in business for 20 years. We've had the whole run of gamut that has been on the show, and all of them have found something that can help them to go to the next level. And we want to help you go to the next level, which is why we're doing this Boss Up Marathon. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to get some sleep because she's going to wear me out. She's going to wear me out. I've been sitting in front of a computer today since 5 o'clock p.m. And she texted, it's time to get on. We got to boss up. So how do they connect with us? What would you like to see?
With us. I will drop the link in the chat. And all you got to do is register. It is 100% free. 100% free. $99.
Free 99. Let me tell you what free 99. That means that y'all don't have to pay a dime. Free 99, you don't have to pay a dime. What you got to do is give us a little bit of your time. The first little bit of your time is to register. Why? We want to know who we got coming, right? And the second thing is you got to come. And when you come, get ready to pay attention, follow instructions, get ready to hear from some straight up bosses. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, if they start getting bored and I start falling asleep, I'm gonna say something because we got to have some fun. We got to have some fun.
Fun. You gotta have, but we gotta be ready. Your pen, your notebook. It's
Let's
time
go.
to take some notes and let's go.
Let's go. I don't even want them to have but I know, so we got to not be too wild out here. So we're going to let them have a PowerPoint if that's what they want. But I really just want us to talk to these folks and let them talk to us about how, what's to do. Like, for example, I'm in the middle of a few business transactions. I was talking to someone and they were looking at the difference between independent contractor and employee. And how do you play, how do you leverage independent contractor from a tax perspective opposed to an employee? What are the rules around it? You see what I'm saying? And so those are some of the things that we were talking about. Well, whenever I give tax advice, I always say I'm not giving you tax advice. I'm just giving you my perspective based on taxes. Why? Because I'm not a tax attorney and I'm not an accountant. So what you need is you need to have an accountant, a C, not just, I ain't talking about HR Block now. God bless y'all.
No.
I'm talking about a CPA, certified public accountant. This individual is mandated to know the law, understand the part of the law that they don't teach when you take your little training class to say I do taxes in the basement. And I ain't saying something wrong with basement taxes, but what I am saying,
Because we might have some people who do basement taxes.
yeah, I love basement taxes. It got me through until you got to a certain level where you got to know some stuff that goes beyond the basics. And so we want to make certain we put y'all in front of those kind of people. I'm talking about our accountant that's coming is second generation accountant. Did you know that you could have there's more than 300 tax deductions that you can make as a small business owner?
Oh no,
And
I
and
didn't know
and
that.
and why is that important? Because the more you deduct in your taxes, and if you don't need to show that you're making $1 million, the more you deduct in your taxes, the less you pay in taxes. Let me say it again. Bag it up. The more you able to deduct in your taxes, the less you pay in taxes. And so we want to reduce your tax liability. And we're going to do that by bringing on a tax expert that's going to show you. Come on, that's
That
going to
is
show
a
you about that.
CPA.
CPA. We're going to bring on a tax expert that's going to show you. Do you understand what is a depreciation expense? And how the depreciation expense here again reduce the tax liability, but it doesn't take away from your quote unquote income. What are those expenses? So do you know that you can buy a certain allotment of expenses, like office equipment, all of that? That's called depreciation. It's just you got to know this stuff as a business owner because if what you don't know in business can hurt you. What what
Can
what
hurt you.
what you say about that, or more? What you
I
don't know in
agree.
business can hurt you.
What you don't
It can
know
hurt
in
you.
this, it can hurt you. And I think, like we talk about a lot. I know people say it all the time. Like the rich just keep getting richer. The rich keep getting richer. A lot of it is knowledge, and the Bible talks about what happens when people have a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, they say my people are destroyed.
They are
Now,
destroyed.
watch
And a
this.
lot of times we're being destroyed as business owners, and we have a lot of people dropping out of business just because they don't have the knowledge, not because they don't have the skills to do the business. They have the skills, God has talented them, and giving them everything they need and gifted them to do their businesses. But a lot of times we don't have the knowledge. So that's what this Boss Up Marathon is about. We're about to get this knowledge and we're about to walk in all that God has called us to.
Come on, girl. Y'all heard what she's saying. Because here's the deal. My people are destroyed not because of the devil. The devil, the devil don't destroy us. He don't have no power to destroy us. We destroy ourselves because of ignorance.
Yep.
Ignorance is the number one enemy of the church. Ignorance is the number one enemy of people. Ignorance just simply means the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding. So we want to bring knowledge to the table in this
Yep.
Boss Up Marathon so that you can become successful in what it is that you're doing in your business. Like, for example, I can't wait. And I don't know if she's going to be able to make it on this particular Boss Up Marathon, but
Okay.
one of my clients is she is a big time Google exec. And
Oh,
her whole job for major corporations is to show them is analytics and helping them to understand the data of what's happening online and all of that stuff so they can make informed decisions and how to do this and how to do that. She did an audit of of my online presence. She did a report card. And so there
okay.
was a
What
lot of
was your
stuff,
grade?
huh?
What was your grade?
So actually, I had a B, like a B minus, and I
Oh,
felt
that's
bad.
good.
Yeah, no, I'm an A dude. I don't get excited about no B minus. What the heck is happening with you? It's not good. It was terrible. That's why I got a half of. That's why I only got a handful of followers because of B minus. But if I was an A, which she's going to help me get to an A, so
Okay.
she's redoing behind the scenes my websites and all of that. Even though she liked the website, but it's just some functionality to it. You got to have this on your team. You don't know
Got it.
everything. And let me tell y'all something. And right now, we just told you this is free 99. It's free 99. We ain't asked you for a dime.
Right.
But we cannot have a charity mentality in business.
No.
You gotta make investments. You gotta be willing to pay for information. Did you not know information is a service?
That's
Business
true.
is done based on two things: products and services. Whenever you're engaging in any level of business, you're either A, providing a product, or B, you're providing a service. Most people understand product because it's you give me this, I give you that. They
Right.
understand certain types of service. But for some reason, there's a struggle. Hey, there go my sister. I'm sorry, I had to give a shout out to my sister. She said, hey, my brother,
Hi,
that's my
Angela.
sister.
I
That's my
see.
sister. That's the prophetess. She could see through walls. Y'all think I could see through walls? This girl right
Oh,
here, my.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, she
Okay.
could see through walls. But the reality is, what was I talking about? I got distracted. Tell me, you wasn't paying
No,
attention.
you were talking about the difference between services,
Come on now.
and a lot of times people are like, think about a product. We're exchanging for a product.
Right. So they don't mind giving $1 for Gucci. Well, not $1, but they don't mind giving money for Gucci, right?
Right.
But the challenge is they won't give money for information. They
Mm.
want me to,
Thank
they
you,
want
Ruby.
me
That's
for
right.
you. They want me, listen, I paid for this. I paid for this by sweat. I paid for it by blood. I paid for it by tears. I invested in the experts. My failures paid for this information. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So
I
here it
understand.
is. People will want to prick your brain for free. But you paid for what you giving them.
True.
And so we got to, and again, we're not asking, we don't want nothing. This whole Boss Up Marathon is going to be absolutely for free. But you got to
Free.
get to a place where you're willing to make the investment. Watch this in the areas whereby you're not as competent and or have the capacity.
Yeah. Or like I just did a training tonight and it was just talking about just how sometimes because I'll say we're being cheap or whatever, we're trying to do things or operate in things that's not our gifted area. And because of that, we don't have the time to do the thing that God has really called us to. So we might be, just like you just talked about this young lady that's helping you with social media. Now you could have taken the time to say, hey, well, let me try to figure out social media. Let me try to figure out how to get more followers or whatever, right? But God has gifted you to preach the word. God has gifted you to do real estate. God has gifted you to pour into others and coach others. So if you start doing the things that God hasn't gifted you to because you don't want to spend the money on those services, then you're not able to walk in the call that God has for you.
And I think that's what the real deal is. The real deal is, I think we are afraid. You know what? We're not afraid. We just cheat. We spend money on what we want to spend money on. That's
We
just
spend
hands
money
down.
on what we want to spend.
We spend
Exactly.
money on, people spend money on what they value. And because,
Daniel. Good evening, Daniel.
who said that? It's only one person gonna say good evening, Daniel, and that's my sister Kay. Hey girl, how you hanging? And I say Mrs. Girl. I say Miss Girl.
Miss Girl.
Kay don't play, boy. Kay been around the
Oh,
block a few times.
Daniel.
She got about,
No,
don't
what?
you ever in your life call me Daniel. Don't you ever.
Daniel. I'm
Don't you
gonna
ever.
change the whole
No,
thing.
no, no, no. Not if
Daniel,
you
son
not
of a
if
boy.
you want to stay my sister. It's only a handful to get away with that. I tried to get her I tried to get her to stop saying Daniel a million years ago, and it just didn't work out.
Daniel.
And so I just decided, since she's my older sister, I'm gonna let that slide. Now, now,
Hey, I
but
need to talk to you. I need to hear the story. I need to hear the full
it ain't
story.
nothing to do. She been around our ministry since, for probably now, since about 2007. She's known our ministry. She's participated in our ministry and things. She's come and given shared wisdom in our ministry and etc. So we
Right.
thank God for her. Um, she has a wonderful podcast. She's on Roku television network. She's doing all kind of big things. She's doing some
Okay.
big things.
I like to meet
Yeah,
you. This is
yeah.
great.
But check this out. So the issue is, what we want to do is we're going to give you the information. Oh wait, no, you're not the oldest, Darrell. Wait, I got Darrell in the
Wait
building.
a
I didn't even know
minute.
Darrell was listening. What's up, D-Rail? No, you're not the oldest. No, that Miss Kay Robinson, they wrote a song about her. Been around the world and she. No, but the reality is, we're bringing people that's going to give you information. And we don't want you to just take this information. We want you to apply the information. For all of the good people that go to the good church, that says, we don't want you to be just hearers of the word.
Of the word.
We want you to
Yes.
be
Amen.
doers. Listen, change comes by what you do, not by what you hear.
Amen.
Awareness comes by what you hear, but
Mm-hmm.
change comes by what you do.
What you do.
And many
Amen.
of us are aware, but we don't see change. And the reason we don't see change is because we don't do anything. We don't do differently. And
Yes.
so we got to get to a place, and we want to help you, where we give you the tools. The tools is something to be used, where you
Yeah.
can boss up your business. You can boss up your ministry. You can boss up your life. You could get your stuff in order. But
Yes.
you got to be willing to make the investment. I'm not scared to make. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I just brought on 4 people on our corporate staff, not because I had the flexibility of money to do so, but I brought them on because I need to position myself to scale. So
Right.
I had to make an investment. Could I have continued to do what I was doing without all them extra folk? Absolutely. But if I'm going to scale, if I'm going to set up an infrastructure that will free me up to go do what I love to do, then I got to be willing to invest. Let me say this. There is no return where there is no investment. There is no harvest where there is no seed.
Yeah, there is no seed. That's the truth.
So we want you to invest one thing, time.
Your time.
Invest your time into this Boss Up Marathon next week. Put it in the chat. Did you put the link in the chat? If people
I
may
will
want
put it in when we are done. Can't
Okay.
you'll make
Okay.
me just totally mess up our little flow. But I'm
Okay.
so excited. Next week is going to be fire. We are noon, right? We said noon. We're gonna do
Yeah,
it at
and it's
noon.
not next week. I thought it was the week after, but whenever you see it pop up, and it's going to be noonday, we're going to have some lunch with us.
Have
You'll be
lunch with
seeing
us.
advertisements or what have you. Yeah, we doing it at noon. Why are we doing it at noon? Tell them why. I don't mind you telling. Why we got to do it at noon, Mr. Moore? You can go
Are we
and tell
telling
them.
the truth? Why are we
Tell
doing
them.
it at noon?
Tell them the
We're
truth.
doing it at noon because Daniel has a very busy schedule. And so I want to make sure that he is able to be a part. It also, we think it's just a great time to hang out, have lunch together. And if you can't catch it then, you can watch the replay afterwards. So
Absolutely. We going Monday through Friday. We gonna look at the missus. I used to say lunch and learn. We gonna have some lunch and we gonna learn. But y'all bring your own lunch. This is your
bring your own lunch. That's the part we
BYOL.
don't
Bring your own lunch. It's gonna be online. It's gonna be live, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna learn some stuff. And
Yes.
here's the deal. What we learn, we got to apply. And what you're going to see is some of the things that Amore does. She just told you, how much did that class you just got out of cost you? Just tell the people. Don't look at me like that. Tell them what you paid.
$5,000.
How much? Say it one more time.
$5,000.
$5,000 to invest in information. And a lot of the information that she receives, she gives it to us here on Boss Up app for nothing. But that shouldn't be the expectation. And I'm not saying invest in her. Remember, we're not asking you for anything, but we're trying to get you to understand that there has to be certain levels of time investment, money investment, or what have you. As long as you're looking for charity, you'll be treated like a charity case and nobody's going to respect you.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
I'm just saying.
That's not even who we talking to. I'm not worried about it. I know y'all are ready to buy.
I'm just saying, I don't know why I'm on that right now, but
you willing to buy what you need in order to be and invest. I think it's just an investment. And I think that's something I had to learn. I had to change my mindset about it, to be honest, was that I'm worth the investment. I'm worth the investment. I'm
absolutely
worth more than $5,000. I'm worth more than $10,000.
Come on, absolutely.
I'm worth the investment.
I mean, I'd be willing at least 15, well, maybe 12 and a half.
We are just with this show.
But so Boss Up Marathon is coming. As soon as this is over, starts with the mindset. Hey there, Ruby. Soon as this is over, she's going to drop the link in the chat, and we're going to bring some people on that is accustomed to helping businesses grow, helping businesses prosper. We're going to, whatever, no matter what level you're on, what level you're in, you want to be here in this business, in this Boss Up Marathon. And we're going to, some of these people are people that we use in the livelihood of our business every day. The accountant that's coming, I told you he's second generation. What do I mean by that? He's 28, 29. And, he's really, 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 really smart. But his father is my accountant. And he's taken over his father's business. I remember the boy was in his mama's womb. And now at 28, they got multiple CPA firms in different states. and he's helping to scale and build. And so this is the type of people we're bringing to the table for you. We're going to show you how. We're going to show you, those of you that got parents, and those of you are parents and got children, we're going to show you how to make certain investments, giving you the information that by the time your 21-year-old turns 30, if they never saved another dime in their life, we're going to show you, we're going to connect you with the people that's going to help them be able to retire a millionaire. I got a 21-year-old and 22-year-old, and by the time they turn 27 and 28 respectively, if they never saved another dime, if Social Security never gave them a dollar, by the time they retire, they'll be multimillionaires. This is what we want to teach y'all and how to do. We got the credit folk. Listen, y'all, you can't buy nothing without credit these days. You can't get nothing unless you got a bag full of money and go buy it cash. They running your credit. And right now, it used to be a time
hard to stay at a hotel, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, you need a credit card for a hotel. So watch this, y'all. Some jobs won't hire you. Some jobs won't hire you unless you have a decent credit. Jobs will run your credit score and run your credit report, and based on that report is going to determine whether or not they're going to hire you. Are y'all understanding this? Yeah. So we want to show you, though. We want to show you how to get that credit score up, how to go from the 500s to the 600s to the 700s, eventually the 800s if you so choose to go that. We want to show you how to jumpstart your children, those college students, because if you don't show them how to do it, and watch this, every credit card that come in the mail, when they get in college, they're going to apply for it, and they're going to be messed up by the time they graduate.
Because I know I was messed up by the time I graduated. So, like, we got to do better, and we got to make sure our kids can do better.
Can I tell you a secret? I'm going to tell y'all a secret.
Oh, what's the secret?
I'm a young man. But when I was a younger man, at the age of 19, I filed bankruptcy.
Wow.
I filed bankruptcy because I was ignorant. Nobody told me. Took me 7 years to get my stuff together. I filed bankruptcy because I was coming right out of college. While I was in college, I hadn't graduated out of college. They gave me all these credit cards, and I didn't know what to do with them. Filed bankruptcy. I had $40,000 in debt.
Wow.
And I decided to file bankruptcy. And this is because I was ignorant and didn't understand. So we got credit experts that's going to come, that's going to help us not be ignorant. Are y'all understanding?
Exactly.
And so those are the type of people that we're bringing to the table in the Boss Up Marathon. Marketing, branding experts, all of that kind of stuff. If nobody knows your address, they'll never get to your house.
Sure. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Y'all see, watch this, y'all. Y'all saw the eyes. Mr. XL came in. That's her husband. He started looking at her. And she started looking up. Okay, baby, I'm on my way. And so y'all see she dialed up. Would you keep your in your mouth? What is happening here? Y'all see, Mr. Porter, can you go out the camera real quick for a minute? Let us close out properly. I'm about to give her back to you in 2 seconds.
Anyway, what his problem is, I am so sorry. I apologize for Daniel, but I can't wait to see y'all.
You think that's funny? Okay.
No, I just learned tonight, so I'm excited about learning your name, your real name.
That's not my real name, and you know it's not my real name. The devil. Don't have me. See, I respect you and what you tell the people your name is. Now, I know what the birth certificate say.
Hey, I'm sorry. We have a website. We're having too much fun. Thank you guys for joining us. I can't wait for us to have the Boss Up Marathon. It's going to be live. It's going to equip you with everything you need in order to boss up.
Boss up.
And that wraps up another empowering episode of Boss Up. Join Dan D. Johnson and Shada Moore on the next episode of Boss Up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow Dan and Shada on all social media platforms for more insights and inspiration to boss up your life. Until next time, remember to keep shining, keep grinding, and always boss up.